So I've decided to do a video talking through some of the experiences I've had within the industry. I'm going to start with Rita Ora. When I worked for Rita, I toured with her for 5 years, and I'd say it was my prime time, to be honest. It was one of the most amazing times of my life. It was raucous because we were all in our 20s, but it was absolutely wild. The creative director was Amber Rimmel of Tourbox, and the choreographer was Kim Taylor. We started off with festivals, and there were 16 boys. So there were 16 of us. It was phenomenal. The energy was wild. We did Wireless, Radio 1 Big Weekend, Summertime Ball, 16 boys, Kimmy Taylor choreo, you know where I'm going with that. It was phenomenal. It was like family. We'd spent so much time together, and it was just absolutely amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world. Cast did go from 16 boys, and it went to 4 boys. Luckily, I was one of the 4 boys. I got promoted to dance captain, was amazing. Like, that's my first time playing that role as well. I learnt a lot. I learnt a lot from the boys. I learned a lot from traveling so much. Like, we were on the road 24/7, living out of a suitcase. I mean, we lived the high life. We had beautiful hotels and we was treated amazingly. Some of the biggest audiences I've ever done. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal. RIP was a personal favourite. Kim did an absolutely amazing job on that. Working with Kim Taylor changed my whole entire life. Never mark an arm, I learned that from her, and I give that to my students now. Style in general was like something that I was good at copying, but it was not in my bag as such. It was by the end, that's for sure. Step into the role of dance captain, I'm forever grateful for her for giving me that role. When we did Radio 1 Weekend, Ray and Charlie XCX came out, and we had one girl with 6 boys, and it was just a wonderful time. Sad when it was over, but that's part of the business, isn't it? Like, it doesn't last forever. You're in something, you're out of something, you move on to the next. We were dancing in Hong Kong in the middle of Hot Right Now, and it really was hot right now. And she poured a bottle of water over my head. So there I was, slipping and sliding all over the floor on purpose in the freestyle. It was iconic moments, very iconic moments. Also where I learned about if like mic packs fall out or the artist goes the wrong way, of how to like cater to that. She's an absolute gangster, Rita. Love her to death. Absolutely, all in all, top 10 for me. I'd say top 5 actually. Strictly Come Dancing, Johannes, dancing in heels with my boy Austin. Very empowering. Like, it was one of the most empowering moments I can remember within my career. First off, it's on Strictly Come Dancing, so there's so many people that watch it. And secondly, there's 3 of us strutting our stuff in 6-inch heels. I say 6, they're probably about 4, but we'll pretend they were 6-inch. 6-inch heels down a staircase to strut our stuff and like beast out some choreo. Creative direction and choreography by Beth Honan. Thank you so much for that that moment. It really will go down in history for me, and maybe for others too. I felt like I was in Destiny's Child, to be honest. It was probably the first time my parents will have seen me on stage in a heel, which again is also a breakthrough. The TV response was amazing. Again, breakthrough. I don't think, other than BGT Yanis Marshall, I don't think heels dancing had been seen much on TV, and it was an absolute pivotal moment, I think, for people, like, just to see and accept and feel seen and be involved. It was such an amazing time. Austin, obviously, love, one of my best friends, and we have the best times together on jobs, and this was one of those that I will remember forever. Like, it really was a moment. Thank you, Johannes. Thank you, Beth, as always. Okay, so working for Kylie was one of the wildest things I've ever done. I've worked for her a couple of times now, and all thanks to Ashley Wallen and Jenny Griffin. She's an icon, and she's always been an icon since birth. Like, since I was a child growing up, Kylie Minogue was Kylie Minogue. So when I first booked that job, I couldn't believe it. Like, it just felt like it was bizarre. And I did feel like that in rehearsals as well. I was very much aware that that is Kylie Minogue. Choreography, absolutely amazing, stylized galore, and I absolutely live for it. Teams, always the best teams, always lovely people. Jerry Reeve on the agency looking after you like gold, as always. I still to this day can't believe I've done it. Hyde Park, I remember starting the Hyde Park show and we were sat on like 7-foot chairs in the air, and the audience is like 120,000, but they don't go up like they do in arenas, they all go backwards. So it's just a sea of people, the sun's setting, and I'm sat on this 7-foot chair ready to start, like, absolutely terrified. I was nervous that whole show, actually. I remember being like, oh God, shaking in my boots. And I was in cowboy boots as well. But it was amazing. It's just, I'd say class. Gorgeous, like, vision to be part of. Like, it was absolutely amazing. I'm always super grateful for being able to work with her. When I did the Brit Awards in 2024 for her, giving it la 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 iconic red outfits with the shield over the top is non-comparable. Like, it actually is phenomenal that I ever got to work for her. In lockdown we did the disco show, and because I lived with Jenny, we danced together the whole time, and obviously she's an icon in her own right too, but we are, obviously she's family to me. It was amazing to be able to dance with her, and yeah, sure, it was because COVID locked us in and no one else was allowed to dance with her, but still, we got the chance to dance together, and it was absolutely amazing. It was such a strange time because obviously it was lockdown and we were masked and just filming, we had to stay in our bubble, but epic time. Like, the disco album for Kylie is one of my favourites actually, and I was part of the visual for it. It's yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you for letting me be part of that, by the way, Ash, Jen, Jerry. Like, thank you very much. The Masked Singer. The Masked Singer is one of the hardest jobs any dancer will ever do. X Factor used to be what the Masked Singer is now. Like, you will learn, I think season 1, we learned like 46 routines in 5 days. Like, it was something ridiculous. You leave that job and you're like, nothing will faze me. I can do anything. And not only are you learning all of these routines, so many routines, you're then dressed in a beak and a feather and a hat and a 1 minute I'm a cactus and then next minute I'm a jellyfish, and so you are very much out on your own. Blinkers on, the red light's there, the audience are in, the judges are there, we're in costume, and go. Achieving and smashing it out the park, you feel like an absolute gangster. I did about 4 seasons of Masked Singer, and then I did 1 season of Masked Dancer, and then I assistant choreo for season 2 of The Masked Dancer. But it's, even as a choreographer, the workload is a lot. Again, creative Beth Honan, great teams, great people, and yeah, the workload is high and the job is hilarious. Like, you look back and you're just running around the stage as a swan doing all these dates, but it's so rewarding. I think TV shows, are some of the hardest places for a commercial dancer to work. Like, I really do. There is so much expected of you. You are constantly learning. So you would learn show 1. As you perform show 1, you'd have been rehearsing for show 2. So they all overlap. So you're constantly just going, right, what's this one? Get on, do it, bang, bang, bang. Get off, get changed, next one. It's like, I thrive in stuff like that. Like, high pressure with a calm mind. Like, I thrive within it. And I think in order to work within that field, you really do have to, you know, be quite competitive with yourself and how much you can take on. And honestly, it was amazing. I think it made me the dancer and teacher I am today. But TV seasons are not for the weak, that is for sure. So, a bit of a random one really, but this was a corporate event for Ferrari. The choreographer was Vasa Kosa, and the creative was Freckle Sky, and it was my first time working with, like, animation visual. We manipulated the screen, so say it's splash snow, our choreo would be splash across and the snow would fly. And it ignited something in me that I loved that vision. Since then, I've got really into animation and been using a lot of the programs and like done courses in it and stuff, and that was where that like was ignited. The choreography was phenomenal. It was actually really difficult. Like, it was super contemporary, physical job for sure. But it was amazing to work with someone from another country and a choreographer that maybe I wouldn't have had the chance to work with before. I think is amazing. And the visuals really did make the job for me. It inspired me, it furthered me to like learn new skills, and even in the choreography sense, it made me use my whole body more. Shout out Dancers Inc. We went to Kiev, London and Berlin. I always use this job as one of my favourites, and it's because it inspired me and brought out a new skill basically, or something to learn. It was so new and inspired me completely, so for that, grateful again. Working on movies, I didn't even have films in my mind as a young dancer for when I got older. I weren't thinking, oh, I want to be in movies. And then over the past like 5 years, a lot of movies have come up, and it's one of my favourite things to work on. There's no instant gratification. It's a very long process, like you're working crazy hours. You'll be like called to be in your makeup chair at 5 a.m. You won't do anything till like 1 p.m. then you run through to the night. Like, it is a hard workload. My favourite thing about it is the fact that you have to wait a year or two before you see anything. Like, and that just isn't a thing anymore. Everything's so like quick turnaround. I want to see it instantly, or it's like live, or it's out within a week. Like, so the wait for movies is one of my favourite things about it. I love the creative dress up. I always have. Like, in any job, make me a goldfish, make me a leprechaun, shave my hair, shave my beard, dye it green. Like, I love that type of stuff. The films have been amazing to work on. I will always say yes to a movie. I would always want to be involved. It's just such a big budgeted production that it's incredible to be a part of. On Wicked it was Chris Scott, on Better Man it was Ashley Wallen, on Snow White it was Mandy Moore. Loads of different, like, you get to work with different people and some American people that I work for and see their process, and it's always, yeah, I really do enjoy the difference between everything and the creative process of the movies. I absolutely love working on them. So now I'm going to talk about the Girls Aloud tour, which was mind-blowing, to be honest. Never say never, you know, but it was the last tour that I've done, and it was honestly the most beautiful thing. And I danced with Cheryl for years. Like, I've been one of her dancers for a long time. So to have the girls back together and celebrating Sarah's life, it was absolutely beautiful. It was an amazing show. Beth Honan was the creative director, which is just phenomenal. She's absolutely wonderful. I'd say 90% of my career has been with that lady, and I'm forever grateful for that. It was the most full out thing I have ever done in my whole life. Like, we was training for that show. The stamina needed to get through that show was wild. We did England, Ireland, Scotland, on a bus, in a hotel. It was tiring, that's for sure, because obviously you're living out of a suitcase, and this show was huge. Fire flying in the air mid-show. We had motorbikes flying overhead, so obviously you've got to screw them in, unhook them out, take their microphones for their dance break, make sure the stage, we had toasters, the lifts went down, there was a hole in the back of the stage at certain points when they were manoeuvring stuff around. So you really have to like be aware of, it's not just the dance and the performance, it's like the stage, how it changes, how dangerous, safety, all of that stuff. The girls are phenomenal, so welcoming, so appreciative. So not only were the routines the hardest I've ever done in my life physically, the stage was also one of the biggest. And we were running around that whole entire stage 24/7, like in literally about 22 numbers. It was one on, one off, one on, one off, one on, one off the whole way through. And to be fair, sometimes it was one on, one on, one on, one on, one on. Like, it was intense. We all loved every single minute of it. I don't think anyone would have a bad word to say about the whole experience. One of the best physios I've ever had on a job. Absolutely phenomenal. Shout out for the B12 shots and the cupping and the everything. He did everything, and it was amazing. Nostalgia while living in it. It was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely love it.